He drew a schizo chart? He actually drew a schizo chart?
So, yeah. Eric Dom says the Romans were pretty good at reproducing their civilization and their conquered
I think I saw this before, but I wasn't sure if I was like faking my own memories.
provinces, as far as I know. So were the Chinese. True. Yeah. But inside,
Okay,
for instance, there's this quote from Full Metal Jacket I quote all the time. Inside every Vietnamese person is an American waiting to come out. Now, he didn't say Vietnamese person.
Who talked about H?
He said the G slur, the G-O-O-K slur. But I stand by that sentiment. Inside, a lot of people are Americans. So anyways, let me go ahead.
Inside of me is my mom's dildo.
Go ahead and draw this. There was somebody who kind of asked it, and they were being a little bit of a smart ass, but they weren't being like too bad. I think it was Jeffrey Hinkle. Doxing JStock now and not spicy. Right. So let me show you the accusation. Okay. So Spicy Chat is largely Chud's Discord, right? It's a channel in Chud's Discord. And by the way, I support Chud's mission of having a place that is Chud Logic, that is terms of service only, so you can discuss whatever you want to discuss as long as it's within terms of service. That's my understanding of Spicy, right? And somebody from Spicy can correct me if I'm wrong. Then Connor, about the anti-fan shit, one thing you need to pay attention to is that would want to moral frog you. They have this moral supremacist when the people they had support follow are not that different. Sure, but we should still contend arguments on their face, even if the arguments are bad faith. And I'm not saying bad faith to moral frog. I'm saying bad faith as in they're not doing it because they actually care that Steven was a gooner several years ago. They're doing it because they're trying to get all the people around Steven to call Steven a piece of shit and to distance themselves from him. That's obviously the objective, or it seems like the objective. So, unless there's new information, I'm not changing my perspective unless there's new information, right? So Spicy Chat, Discord terms of service, are the only rules. Okay? That's Spicy Chat as far as I understand it. Right? I want to be able to see.
Why is this boomer cop dude so internet literate? Because he spent an inordinate amount of time watching Chud Logic every day for the last like 5 years or so, okay? That's why. And he spent an inordinate time watching Queeman streams literally every day until he's memorized this. Like his favorite porn video on Brazzers or some shit.
See Spicy Chat, right? There we go. Okay. Are the only rules. Then we have Queeman, who, let's admit it, Chud does want to have Queeman be his own entity. And that's true. I think Queeman, what does he get? He gets between like 300 and 700 viewers, depending on what he's talking about. I think Queeman, if I'm proud of 100 to 200 live viewers, depending on topic, I think Queeman should be proud of 300 to 700.
Connor's basically obsessed with emulating Chud.
So I would say Queeman started as a Chud Logic orbiter, but he's effectively his own drama YouTuber now, in my opinion.
Well, that's because Queeman grew big enough to the point where he now has orbiters around him. I know that people like to joke, oh, Queeman? Haha, he has orbiters? Yeah, he has orbiters, okay, yes. Alright, it's the best way I can do to describe them, okay?
And then we got like K-Cord, right? So, K-Cord.
Well, that's a sus name. K-Cord. Okay.
K-Cord. Here we go. Let's do a square. And I don't know Queeman's rule set, but I'm assuming it's similar to Spicy Chat. So I'm just going to put similar, right? Similar to Spicy Chat. Similar to Spicy Chat in that you can pretty much endlessly, as a matter of fact, I'll rewrite it, endlessly talk shit about anybody. I don't know what their terms of service are, but that's the kind of culture, in my opinion.
By the way, I just want to say it isn't just talking shit, right? It's not just talking shit. It's beyond talking shit. like narratives that Hassan says now on his streams against Destiny are narratives that have been either crafted, perpetrated, disseminated, or encouraged by Spicy Chat, okay? So no, we're not just talking about an isolated place where again, you're basically saying, well, this is isolated, don't touch the poo, right? It's a place now where where eventually it's a trickle up. It's a trickle up rhetoric thing that's going on. Okay, eventually the biggest streamers in the world get a hold of spicy chat rhetoric, and yeah, that's really about it.
Is that you can endlessly talk shit about anybody in Queeman, and that's not a terms of service violation. Being like manically focused on a single person is not a terms of service violation, and it's also not like a community violation. They're not going to kick you out for that. And then JStock, in my opinion, is like the number one Destiny A log, right? JStock, and I'm going to put Ryle.
I don't know if this is actually true. I think that Queeman may A-log Destiny harder than J-Stalk, but
I know that they're supposedly not affiliated, but JStock got banned off of YouTube very early on. And so Ryle, in my opinion, they don't have to agree with me, but Ryle is effectively like he is Destiny's like number one YouTube A log. He takes all of the JStock hate streams and he publishes them to YouTube. So number one.
Wait, what?
Banned off of YouTube very early on.
Yeah.
And so Ryle, in my opinion, they don't have to agree with me, but Ryle is effectively like he is Destiny's like number one YouTube A log. He takes all of the JStock hate streams.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna be honest. No, I don't think that's true. Again, I think the number one A log title, if you don't just like delegate it to if you don't just delegate it to a place, sorry to a person, it would be Kiwi Farms, I guess, but we'll see.
And he publishes them to YouTube. So number one.
What's an A-log? It's a term coined by fucking Chris Chan, the one of the original Chris Chan A-loggers, whose name is like A-log, okay, or something like that. And ever since then, it's just always been a term for like relentlessly tracking every single movement that they have, basically that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what it is.
Destiny A log, right? And so what happened was that I think that everybody will agree
log, right?
that there is a substantive amount
movie?
of cross-pollination between these three chats. And the reason why is because Chud Logic just likes to cover whatever, right? Like he's an equal opportunity drama frog. Although weirdly enough, he has distanced himself from Twitch and YouTube politics. And so as a result, I actually think he has less Destiny A-logs than Queeman or Destiny. But I think they still have like a similar like vibe, right? And so the accusation is that in Spicy Chat, I forget who this guy's name is. Courtnoy, Court Rose, Court something, right? Okay. Is that there was a guy named Court something who was famous on Kiwi Farms. He was in Spicy Chat. He doxed somebody. He was banned. Then after he was banned, he came in on an alt PFP and he was allowed to be in the Discord for a prolonged period. And I have no idea how long he was in there. Again, I don't know the details.
Wrong. I mean, well, here, no, he's not wrong. I don't think so at the very least. But the thing is that this isn't the whole story either, right? Are you an A-log? Technically, yes. Yeah. hmm But the thing is that like I think no, no. Blav has also been in spicy chat and on alt accounts as well, I think, right? Blav, right? Yeah, okay. And solo, yes.
But effectively,
Like pretty much I think pretty much every single known doxer in this space has been in spicy chat at some point.
the accusation is that all three of these communities
Not good.
they enjoy kiwi farms, right? Now that's not a crime. It's not a crime to enjoy kiwi farms. I think it makes you a little bit of a schizophrenic, but it's not a crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to hear the way that I've heard Chud Logic and Queeman talk about kiwi farms, they effectively say that it's a drama archive. That's what they think it is. It's internet schizophrenics talking shit about various characters, but it's a drama archive that hosts doxes and porn, by the way, because they had Pixies porn there for a while. And so the whole point is that, like, technically none of this is illegal.
More than that, they had underage porn, child pornography for a while even of Rose. All right, so they hosted child porn, okay? Let's be very abundantly clear about that. Yeah?
Right? Talking shit about people, getting public information, all
It didn't host it on purpose, I believe, but they were clearly very grossly negligent. Yeah.
that kind of stuff. None of that's illegal. But the argument, change it to red. The argument is that, sorry, let me okay, it's fine. I want to do a new one now. Thank you. Okay. So the argument is that there is an uncomfortable level of familiarity between Spicy Chat, QuiCord, and JStock's community that goes to Kiwi Farms and basically gets that information, popularizes it within the Twitch and YouTube political community, and then does the things that we saw today, where effectively we had half a dozen to a dozen people who came in and they're like, oh, you know, Destiny's a pedophile, right? You know, Destiny's a pedophile, right? You know, Destiny's a pedophile, right? The evidence is on Kiwi Farms. The evidence is on Kiwi Farms. The evidence is on Kiwi Farms. And so what Steven is saying is, okay, you're my number one A-log. You're the largest Twitch and YouTube person who has Destiny A-logs in your community. You're the second largest Destiny A-log / drama person. All of your communities are going into Kiwi Farms and you're taking a look at, revenge porn and doxes and all that kind of stuff. And then when Steven and his orbit get doxed, you act like, well, Chud Logic can probably truthfully say, well, I have nothing to do with that, and I don't encourage that bad behavior. Queeman can probably truthfully say, I have nothing to do with that, and I don't engage in that behavior. JStock and Wild Kitten House can say, well, I have nothing to do with that, and I don't encourage that kind of behavior. But effectively what happens is a substantive amount of the content that JStock produces is Destiny is the most evil piece of shit on the fucking planet and deserves to die and burn in hell. Queeman also seems to have, I'm going to put it tactfully, a quite negative opinion of Steven. And then Queeman calls Steven a pussy for complaining about getting doxxed and harassed. And so, I mean, if I had to summarize what...
If Counterpoints is saying this, I feel like it must be true. I don't know. Look, the reason I say this is because Counterpoints literally watches every single Queeman stream. Like, he knows exactly what Queeman is talking about. I stopped watching Queeman like a year ago, maybe. So I haven't caught up with like the recent Queeman rhetoric. But like if it's true that he says this, I feel like I'm inclined to believe counterpoints on this one, right? Whatever he says about Queeman, but you know.
What's going on right now, this is why Chud Logic hasn't been doxxed. But Steven has, I believe, launched a counter dox operation against Ralph.
I don't think Connor has watched this much since he started the Valor channel. The Valor channel is actually doing really well. What the heck? 20,000 subscribers, it says? That has to be botted, right? Okay.
Kittenhouse, J-Stock, and his orbiters. And I think they've also launched a counter dox operation against Queeman. I don't know. I don't involve myself in these gay operations. But the reason why is because they're effectively facilitating the Kiwi Farms community to be co-hosted and cross-pollinated into the Twitch and YouTube political scene. That's the accusation. I'm not saying it's correct. I don't know the evidence. I don't participate in. I know that Cortaboy. I know that thing.
I mean, again, the problem here is that like, and you know, this is what I'm trying to do here, right? The problem here is that it's really hard to explain. It's extremely hard to explain to like the average person, even to the average like fucking former Destiny orbiter, right? Like this loose network of like basically fucking Al-Qaeda Viet Cong motherfucker, right? Like it's literally just it's really hard to pin down like what they do and you know how they do things. So yeah. Um I want to make sure it's understandable in my opinion, but
was documented that there was a Chud Logic person, or not Chud Logic person. I'm sorry. I genuinely apologize. I'm not trying to make a negative association. There was a Kiwi farmer in Spicy Chat who was banned and then came back under an alt. I know that incident was documented, but I don't know anything else with that. What did Destiny do with Keffels?
Pro Blav sentiment, pro Doxter sentiment, Blav themselves being in Spicy Chat, this is all documented as well, okay? Just FYI, all right? There is evidence of these things happening. And not just schizos, like, being pro-Blav, okay? I mean, Present Sunday, okay? One of the biggest Destiny A-logs out there, all right? Is pro-Blav, okay? They're all pro-Blav, yeah. Present Sunday himself is a doxer, by the way, just FYI, all right? Like, he himself has participated in numerous occasions of doxing, but yeah.
Again, wrote a manifesto and pointed and admitted that there was a hyper documented Keffels Kiwi Farms thread. Right? That's fair. That feels like an accurate description of reality. Now, I mean, I'm happy to take any criticisms of my graph. No Nope says, if you aren't changing your opinion on Destiny, why are you entertaining these Jew stalker cucks? Because I try to follow the truth wherever it leads me, right? Jeffrey Hinkle says, I don't care about the gooning, but the doxing seems weird to me. Okay, I mean, I agree with you there, but okay, wasn't trying to be bad faith. Okay. Listen, I don't do gay ops. I don't want to do gay ops. I don't dox. I don't want to be involved in doxing. However, I think Steve's position is that he's been doxed, harassed, and swatted repeatedly. It's not stopping, and his number one A-logs are still milking the shit out of the content while knowingly cultivating communities that would be interested in doxing, stalking, harassing. And so
the reason why doxers do the thing that they do is just simply because they probably watch too much Death Note, okay? I think that's probably the reason why, okay? If I have to be accurate about it. Another thing is that, like, I think the reason why doxers do the thing that they do is because of validation, right? They get validation from the community that they are a part of. Queemans, J-Stocks, Kiwi Farms, right? It doesn't really matter. They get validation somewhere. In addition, they also get validation from the streamers. It's just like a little jolt in your spine that you feel when a streamer shout outs your name, right? If a streamer shout outs your name or something like that, or you get mentioned, you feel very happy. You feel very happy that you got validated. You feel very happy that someone out there recognizes you as a human being or something, right? Or as at least as an entity or a force of nature. Um, so so this is why doctors do the thing that they do. Okay, all right. This is why it happens. But yeah, I hope people understand why doctors do the thing that they do. Okay. This is exactly why a lot of doctors are like 16 years old, it turns out. Like when doctors get doxxed or something like that, like sometimes a lot of doctors are like still in high school because they have a lot of time on their hands, I guess, when they're not doing homework and failing in school. Or it's people who are like in their 20s or 30s, they're alone, they're not married, or they have too much money and inheritance money and time on their hands to do stuff like that. So typically, like these are like where these kinds of people come from. Okay, just FYI. Anyway, like for example, if I say Vembris, right? Did you feel tingle in your spine when you said when I said that? That's very powerful. It's a very powerful, fucking feeling. If I say Misaki on stream, right? There you go. It feels very it feels like it's like intoxicating, isn't it? It's intoxicating. That's what doxers are chasing after. Okay, they're chasing after basically virtual heroin. Okay, anyway,
Socially isolating Steven.
yeah.
Yeah. Christian Blair says
Say my
JStock
name
and Queen
unsubscribing.
OPSEC is
Corey Capitello.
exceptional, but their community is 100% engaged with Kiwi Farms to continue to dox and swat Destiny. Well, another accusation that I heard, again, I don't know the veracity of it, but another accusation I heard is that effectively Bug Squander and Stylo are normally on Kiwi Farms.
Buzz Squander is basically some 40, 50-year-old, maybe 60-year-old schizo. I would say pushing 70, honestly, with a very, very meek voice. Okay, he's some kind of old man with a meek voice, who is just basically some Kiwi Farms loser. Okay, and he is commonly found in Chud Logic's spicy chat and also found in Queenman's chat. Okay, Stylo is a conservative black man who is extremely cringe and he hates himself. Okay, and he's very fat as well. Okay, he has trouble losing weight and he is somebody who also is a mod. Okay, a mod in Queenman's chat. I think Stylo and both Stylo and Bucks Wonder are mods in Queenman's chat. Yes, or something. Yeah. But Stylo, I think Stylo is also a Child Logic mod as well. So just so you know, okay, yeah, multiple mods, multiple whatever, right? So it's all part of the same group. Anyway,
it's just a thing. It's part of the culture. It's not illegal, right? It's not illegal to be on Kiwi Farms. It's not illegal to A-log people. It's not illegal to look at their docs and or look at leaked
Radiant, talks me. Haha.
pornography. However, the question is whether or not you're cultivating a community that's so toxic that you end up doxing.
Can you say my name too so I can get a dopamine hit? Dynamis. Dynamis. There you go. I have Dynamis, but I'm sure you do. Okay, but I don't really care all that much about Bug Squatter, I guess. I don't know. He's just not very important to me. But
And harassing people or getting people swatted. JStock Discord is talking about the stream right now. Sure. I'm sure.
cringe.
Jeffrey says, I wasn't talking about Destiny though, dude. I was explaining what I thought was weird to me that everybody just says it's happening, but
Is it possible your enemies are normal people? From the things I've seen, there's no shot. Okay.
doesn't link anything. Yeah, I agree.
Bro. Bro, why the fuck am I being dude? Oh my god. Why was Shanoa timed out for 24 hours or something? Dude, just like wait until 24 hours is over if you have an issue with it. Like what the fuck? I don't know the reason why. I'm not like I'm sorry, I don't do active moderating in that sense. Stop complaining in my DMs about that. Like what the fuck? It's so gay. Take it up with Lynn, like Jesus. like okay, from now on, anybody who DMs me about like unbans and shit, like if you piss me off, like I'll just mention your name. Like you're just stop being cringe. Like what the fuck?
For I would want to engage in any kind of like doxing counter gay ops. Number one, I don't want to do that at all. But if I was going to go after Ryle or go after JStock or go after Chud or go after Queeman, I would want some kind of evidence that they were personally involved, not that they cultivated toxic communities, right? Because if we went after everybody who cultivated a quote unquote toxic community, then there would be no online communities, right?
Wrong. I think that you're a human being and human beings can make um value judgments, I guess, and can draw the lines depending on different cases and different scenarios. I believe that we are not just machines that need like a clear differential line. Otherwise, like we are unable to function and make decisions, right? Because the thing is that I think that at the very least, in my opinion, right, it's just like yeah, that's just my opinion at the very least.
Number four, I think, was alluding to hypocrisy, effectively saying that like Steven did a giant manifesto on Keffels and mentioned the fact that Kiwi Farms had a shitload of information. Right? Mick says this is a genetic fallacy. Who cares where the info comes from if it's accurate? I don't think I've made any. I don't think I've made any dismissals of the information. I don't think I've said that. I don't, Mick. I think you prepared an argument that doesn't contradict anything I've said. Sen Patty says swatting is fucking evil. Doxing is for straggots. God, I hate snarkers. Worst kind of people. Sure. Jeffrey Hinkle says, genuinely, I don't understand the logic that these guys are really fucking mean and talk about me too much. I can dox you. Well, sure, but he thinks that they're playing cutesy with and footsie with these communities.
By the way, calling my head mod a bully cunt is probably not the best way to make an appeal for a unban, okay? I'm just saying. Just a little heads up, okay? Totally not talking about anybody in particular, but
So, again, if I was going to go after somebody that hard, I would want hard evidence. Nick, you keep saying the genetic fallacy you don't even understand. I'm not even dismissing that the information on Kiwi Farms is a problem. You fucking idiot. You fucking dipshit. Just saying genetic fallacy over and over again doesn't do anything, you fucking tool. Have I denied that any of the documented wrongdoing is...
JStock's Discord are talking about starting a food shop snark. They're saying they want to take you down because you're growing too fast. What the... Dude, they're free to do whatever the fuck they want. What the fuck? Dude. That's just how life works, okay?
Incorrect
Well,
just because it emanated from Kiwi Farms. That never happened. You just made up a problem. It's funny. Dude, you guys kind of suck.
also, hold on. If I'm growing too fast, then what the fuck was JStock back in the day? Didn't JStock like practically explode? Didn't Lonerbox like practically explode? Like I feel like these people have like exploded in popularity, like to the point where they got like I don't fucking know, like 600 viewers. Like didn't JStock literally explode to like 600, 700 concurrent viewers like over a very short amount of time? Like it's like way shorter than mine, no? Also, what the fuck? I've been a content creator for like 2 years. Like I've been a content creator for 2 years. Yeah. It's not like I came out of nowhere and got a career handed to me. That's retarded.
Too. Anyone in Conard's Discord, come see me. I have something to show you. Christian Blair says at worst he told his audience to go to
What
Kiwi Farms if they want to engage in drama around Anna and Keffels.
I don't fucking know. Just probably don't use like fucking sexist like insults. Just because they can't hear you right now or whatever. It's cringe.
Sure. Big and Gaming says Al Capone famously never illegally sold booze because the government never arrested him for it. Got it. No. So I'm not even. I'm not even implying like conspiracy. I'm trying to be descriptive.
You know what would be really funny is if my own fans created a food shop snark Reddit. If my own fans created like food shop snark Reddit, and we just post like our regular community shit on there, and then they couldn't claim the title. It would be so fucking funny, dude. Holy shit.
The thing about Mick that pisses me off. Mick, genetic fallacy. What does the genetic fallacy have anything to do with anything that I've said? This is what pisses me off about these people.
Can you show me evidence that they want to coordinate around that?
Right? The dozen people who come in and they're like, hey, Steven's a pedophile, Steven's a pedophile, Steven's a pedophile. Is like, you won't even listen to the counter arguments being proffered. You're just saying genetic fallacy, but a genetic fallacy doesn't change anything about what I said. The genetic fallacy means that because information comes from a bad source, you dismiss the information. I don't think I've dismissed any information. And if anything, I've asked for additional information. And when it comes to this association,
oh,
I can understand why Chud Logic, let me find the eraser. I could understand why Chud Logic is mad about this association. Give me a second. Because he, in my opinion, has gone out of his way not to cover Twitch and YouTube politics.
But he has spicy chat. What? It's just such a stupid. I just don't. It's just so fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
So like, there's actually times I wish Chud Logic would cover Twitch and YouTube politics more because, frankly, I like his coverage. But Chud seems to be allergic to Twitch and YouTube politics. I don't know why. But I could understand how he would be pissed at the association because he's gone out of his way to avoid this, or at least avoid it in.
No, he hasn't gone out of his way. He loves spicy chat. Spicy chat is that thing, okay? That's not gone out of his way to avoiding it. That's going out of his way. That's going out of his way to avoid accountability. That's what it is, okay? Let's make a clear distinction here. It isn't going out of his way to avoid drama with that space. It's going out of his way to avoid accountability. Yes.
So far as affecting DGG, I think that's part of the reason why Chud hasn't been doxxed, is because he's gone out of his way not to involve himself with Twitch and YouTube politics. However, I don't think J-Stock or Ryle Kittenhouse will deny that they're Destiny's #1 A-log. And then I don't think Queeman would deny that he endlessly talks shit about anybody. Right? I think that I've heard Queeman defend the concept that Kiwi Farms is ultimately just a drama.
Twitch as a political streamer, I cover politics whenever there's a drama going on that involves politics. Like, for example, anything with the with Hutch, or anything with Live and Learn. That stuff, like, yeah, I actively cover. I cover that stuff because I actually know something about it. That's why. And Israel and Palestine, sure.
Archive. So what's the problem? I think I've heard him articulate that. Destron says, the issue is that Queeman and J-Stock disavow Kiwi Farm, Snarks, etc., but it isn't until recently that they had actually banned people. Destiny has made them hold to disavow, which is hilarious. Yeah, but I think I've seen Queeman not disavow. I think he said, like, he doesn't engage in doxing, but, you know, he's not, you know, he's not going to enforce that his community doesn't engage with Kiwi Farms, right? That's not something that he's going to enforce. At worst, he told his audience to go to Kiwi Farms. I think I read that one. I dismiss the evidence. It's weak-ass bullshit. Okay. Destron says, Christian, Destiny pretty much said, don't do the bullshit in my community. Go to Kiwi Farms, which is foul to say, but also sending people to Kiwi Farms is bad. Sure. My point is just saying there is no proof, but somehow everyone who has never, ever totally disavowed Destiny has been doxxed. Yeah, dude, and I'm not going to be surprised if I'm probably going to call my local police department now.
Did you watch the Hunter Biden interview? I think that's the future of politics. Sadly, yes. But also at the same time, okay, I really like the Hunter Biden interview. I watched like the first half. I didn't finish it, just the first half off stream. He is just so fucking based. Holy. Love that guy. Sending people to Kiwi farms is always bad? No, not necessarily.
Now and say, hey, if you get a call at my
With that being said, no Kiwi farm links and whatever is not allowed in my space, okay? It's just not allowed. But however, like I would argue morally, it's not. It really depends.
address, I've recently talked to
Why am I censored on Kick? It's because you were like, because you sound like a fucking anti-fan. You were like so Queen won. Willie Mack is a piece of shit though. Fuck that retard. Is it possible your enemies are also normal people? This is talking about spicy chat, by the way. Like that's a bunch of weird fucking anti-fan shit. Like what the fuck? Yeah, of course. Go away.
you or talked about some internet schizophrenic. So if you get a call at this address, you know, don't come in guns blazing. You know, I'm probably just going to do that as a
What
precautionary
is
measure.
this?
Because what Tectone got doxxed last week, within the last week, and he talked to Steven 2 weeks ago. Every stop doxing each other. Okay, won't even touch the food shop stuff. Laugh my ass off. Jeffrey Hinkle, you're no offense, bro, but like you're kind of fucking stupid, right? Like I talk about everything. You guys are just not used to me. You guys are just not used to me. So we'll talk about food shops.
Wait, hold on. Oh no. All right. Look at this. Food shop snark. Oh boy. It has begun. Has it? And what about outside of your MySpace? What? Huh? Oh, okay. Why are there people in DGG chat begging for content? I am the content. This is great drama going on. Okay? You're welcome. Anyway. Sorry.
So food shops.
Uh-oh.
Food shops. I already went over the food shops drama earlier. So, food shops. I think she really just has a stream. I don't know how big her community is. But I'll go ahead and say
I think I have at least one viewer. Yeah.
shit. How soon do I need to leave? It's 2:51. Okay. I'm late, so I got to go soon. But anyways, runs. I don't know why it's so small. My apologies. Runs a anti JStock / Queeman schizo stream. And I hope she doesn't, I'll spell it like Tom. I'll honor Tom. Schizo stream. I hope she doesn't feel offended by that characterization, but I feel like that's relatively accurate. And so what Food Shops has done, and Food Shops, you know, I hope she does well as a drama streamer. But what she's done is she has said like, oh yeah, I consume lolicon. I don't give a fuck. Fuck all y'all. Yeah, I know.
Nice.
My wife does not approve of the discourse we're engaged in right now. But Food Shops has started to try to milk Queeman and JStock. Actually, hold on. Let me fix the drawing. Food Shops has started trying to milk JStock and Queeman. But truth be told, this might be justified from her perspective. And effectively, the reason why it might be justified from Foodshops' perspective. So, okay, lolicon, gross. Okay, hate lolicon, disgusting, repulsive.
Dude.
Stop doing it. We are
I think I watched around this point. I think I may have heard Connor glazing me. I think I said so when I was watching Connor off stream a little bit. I was just watching Connor a little bit off stream. And I do appreciate his defense of me, you know, despite the constant implications of me being a pedo, I guess. But good one, I guess. But yeah.
already did content about that earlier. But from Foodshops' perspective, I think she's genuinely a DGG fan. So she's beefing with JStock because JStock is, you know, their number.
No, I hate DGG, okay? The most annoying people I have ever met IRL are DGGers, okay? And that's a fact. But, you know, whatever.
One A-log. And then Foodshops is beefing with Queeman, limited, but still beefing with Queeman, because Queeman used to A-log the fuck out of Foodshops.
You guys have no idea what I had to contend with, okay? Shh.
So her positioning herself as being willing to go into the schizophrenic Kiwi.
Wait. Do you watch Lolicon actually? Why does this always get brought up? No, I don't watch people who watch Lolly. So, no, technically not.
Farms adjacent drama commentary community actually has carved her out a decent she's like 100 viewer streamer, bro. She's carved
outdated information.
out like a decent schizo anti JStock anti Queeman audience. So yeah. Anyways, Jeffrey Hinkle, are you talking about the Anne of War stuff? Connor is fair. I am fair. I am fair. Jeffrey Hinkle says, I've watched you since Twittergate. I said I'm not going to touch it, not you. Oh, you're not going to touch Foodshops. Got you. Okay. All right. My apologies for misunderstanding. Christian Blair says, Lolicon not good, but Foodshops has the same opinion as Queeman. So, I mean, right. What's good for the goose is good.
I actually agree with Queen on a lot of takes. It's fine. It's okay. I'm allowed to agree with my ops, okay?
For the gander.
I'm not
Pedos are not as bad as Nazis, and it's not even close. Okay, cool. Metaphorically in a book, but I've thought that since she said she wanted to wrap herself around a 13-year-old. Yeah, that's fucking gross. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. It's fucking gross. We had an entire. If you want to rewind the VOD's now like 5 hours and change.
Bad joke,
in the VOD, we watched. Who is it? Come on, man. Anyways, the normie guy who does all the news. I forget his name. Philip DeFranco. We watched Philip DeFranco cover the Hassan drama. We started watching Destiny call out Hassan for sweeping for additional terrorism. But effectively, that entire segment has nothing to do with terrorism, because what I would do is I would let Destiny talk about how Hassan is a terrorist sweeping piece of shit and how he can eat a barrel of dicks. But every 3 minutes, I stopped and I fought the 3 to 5 lolicons that were in my community that were trying to defend the movie Lolita.
What?
So
wait, what?
That, you know.
Hello?
So effectively, we had like an early lolicon war.
Wait, what the fuck is this? Is this like lore that I'm just somehow missing, or
earlier today? So lolicon's bad. Don't consume lolicon. It's bad for your soul. I'll just save this as the, I don't know, drama commentary KF map. But I feel like my map is like a fair articulation of what people perceive. I don't feel like it's unfair at all. Jeffrey Hinkle says, I literally learned about her from Connor. Yeah. That's not lolly, Connor. Yeah, sure. Saying that you want to wrap yourself around a 13-year-old is fucking pedo shit. Absolutely.
Glad to know Connor has declared war on freshman year high school English literature Foodshops. Dude, he's declared war on Foodshops before she went through puberty. like before I went through the fucking hazing that I went through on the content creator space. Like that fundamentally changed my personality all around in a irreversible manner, okay? Some good, some bad, okay? Like you're declaring war on the wrong person, I guess. I don't know. I'm now officially dead inside, okay?
I hope she's moved away from that kind of stuff in the past several years. Jeffrey Engel says now Destiny raids her watching Nathan. That's pretty brutal. Can we at least throw?
What the fuck? What in the chicken McNugget? Dude, I'm sorry, am I jacking off to Nathan like the entire fucking time or what? Like what the why the fuck do people always imply this creepy shit? Like the fuck? Like what's going on here? What do people always imply this creepy ass shit? Like what? Bro, like I'm sorry, but nobody has mentioned it except for me. Like I'm sorry, but literally sorry. Nobody, sorry. Everybody has mentioned it except for me, basically, right? Yeah. Like I haven't brought up Nathan once in any kind of sexual way, in any sexual manner. Like, dude, it's just such a fucking creepy. If anything, okay, you can ask Destiny this as well. I've asked Destiny if I can cover Nathan. Sorry, if I can post videos, right? I like if anything, I went above and beyond to make sure that I wasn't doing anything fucking weird. Yeah, anyway. It's just kind of crazy that you're letting a lolicon be better at, seeking permission from parents and um not bringing up lolly and stuff like that than the rest of the people who don't claim to be lolly enjoyers. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like, yeah. I mean, I guess the least moral lolicon is still better than the most moral, like, fucking anti-fan, I guess, but fuck me.
Foodshops under the bus? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Gen X is, that one is interesting. Nazis are really dangerous on a collective level for sure. Pedos are dangerous on a personal individual level. I wouldn't really try to say which is worse without a example. Gotcha. Gen X, wrong chat. She hasn't moved away. This has absolutely been a roller coaster stream. We've had all the emotions today. Thank God Sam Adams came out with Oktoberfest. I need a few. Absolutely. Today was kind of rough. She still does the same stuff. Okay, then, I think that that's fucking evil and stupid, and she shouldn't fucking do any of that shit. Anonymous chatter says, oh, never mind. It spilled into his chat. They were talking about that in Discord. Interesting. Okay. So, anyways, I'm going to thank.
You know what's so funny is that, like, it's so funny to me that, like, because I know that anti-fans are gonna make a big deal of this. Like, oh yeah, Destiny gave Foodshops permission to post videos on Nathan or whatever. Like what? Like you're saying that if I didn't seek out permission, things would look better. What? What's the alternative? Not seeking permission, I guess. Like, hello?
The people who have
Hello?
donated today. Fast and Bulbous, Numanax, Starhawks, Gen X, Anonymous Chatter, Grassroots Hegemon, Mellow D, Anonymous Chatter again, and the Silver Jacket Man. Thank you for your contributions so far, your memberships and your contributions. I'm sorry that today was such a anti-lolicon shit show.
Just FYI, okay? Like it's literally a fact that I don't bring up any of this. like anything related to that, I just never bring up. Period. Okay? Just FYI. All right? The only people who bring up the whole lolly stuff are like anti-fans and I guess Connor. Just it's just like, yeah, fuck. Anyway, whatever.
With the first segment, and I'm sorry that the second segment, while I feel like I actually did end up talking about the topic, I feel like we did get distracted by whatever's breaking on Twitter and Kiwi Farms, which seems so far like a rehab.
They literally just accuse you of defending it constantly. Yeah, and I'll keep defending it as long as being like, I don't know, like fuck me. Like you want me to change my opinion for some reason, I guess. Like I don't know. I guess it's an opinion that I have. Feel free to disagree with it, I guess.
Hashing of old shit, but we'll find out. Is lolly okay if it's not porn? No. Stop looking at fucking teenagers, you fucking freaks. Just stop that shit.
Dude. That's like one of the most popular categories on Pornhub. Alongside incest. What? Yeah, how the fuck am I constantly defending it if I'm not bringing it up? Like, I'm sorry, it's just so unhinged.
Yeah, pedos are bad. What do you want me to say? Exactly.
And, you know, and this is the weird shit. You know, and I feel like this part is hella weird, okay? Like, I appreciate Connor for complimenting me and defending me, I guess, but like, it's just like, dude, just what the fuck is with this like fucking low-key pedo jacketing? It's so fucking weird.
Is Lolly okay if it's not porn? No. Gen X says, I'm definitely going to criticize Destiny bringing Foodshops into the orbit. Sounds like a super bad idea. I mean, yeah. I mean, she's a strong JStock Queeman critic, so I understand the tactical move of sending a Discord schizo drama streamer after other schizo drama Discord streamers. However, yeah, like definitely not something I would do. Yeah. Anyways, all right. I'm tired. We're at 5 hours and 23 minutes. I do hate that we got distracted by the stuff.
This one's just different. Yeah, I saw.
That we got distracted by, but I do parasocially love my chat. I love my wrenches. They did a beautiful job today. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, Gen X. Thank you, Christian Valeris. Thank you, Jonazilla. Thank you, Grassroots Hegemon. Thank you.
Okay. Connor has said nice things about your takes on several occasions, but the lolly subject is one that he feels very, very strongly about. Yeah, but the only reason he feels strongly about it is because he's the only one that's bringing it up. Like Connor is literally the only one, like, that is supposedly, you know, on this side of the aisle, I guess, that is like bringing it up. It's so fucking weird. Like, what the fuck? And he did it during the Destiny debate too. It's not even with me. Like, he can't stop thinking about it. It's like the one thing that he thinks about. Like, what the fuck? Why does he think about this so much? I don't even think about this as much as Connor does. Like, and I'm a gooner. Like, yeah. Disney also has that lolly take, and he doesn't bring it up all the time. Yeah, I know. It's just so fucking weird. Dude. I can't with this. This is so stupid. I just don't even know. Like, I'm sorry, Connor, but you can't say as a parent, because I have like multiple parents in my audience and they seem to be fine with me, so good luck, I guess. It's just so stupid. Hold on. I have to bring this up just so then I can like just have it on record, okay? Just
I don't know. Is this about to be the hottest take?
Get ready.
To
Connor, get ready. Connor.
drop a hot take about 1,000-year-old spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I am gonna drop one. I don't really give a fuck. People that obsess over like people that watch Lolicon, I don't know, who the fuck cares? They're fucking cartoons, bro. Who cares? Why are you so... I think, I've said this before, and now that we've learned that projection is real, because it obviously is, I think the most likely place to find pedophiles are the people that are online constantly seeing pedophiles in everything. I think they're the most likely to be pedophiles.
What are you implying about Connor? Chill. Jesus.
Some guy will be like, wait a second, did you look at a kid in Disney World when you were at Disneyland? You must have thought about fucking them, right? It's like, no, dog. Actually, like, I see kids all the time. I don't think about fucking them ever. It's kind of weird that you would like. It's kind of weird that you.
Oh my god, this was when Destiny still had over 10,000 concurrent. Okay, I'm kidding, joking. Okay, that was a sore spot.
You would think that I would though. Is that like a thing that you think about a lot? If you like see a kid, does your mind instantaneously like? You have 15-year-olds in your Discord server? I bet you try to sex them and send nudes to them and get nudes from them and you masturbate over every fucking thing they say in chat, don't you, all the time? Like, no, not actually, dog. No, man, it sounds like you got some first-hand experience with that. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes there are people that go like really overboard sometimes when they like point out, it's like, that guy's a fucking pedophile. It's like, how do you know he's a pedophile? He drives right next to a fucking grade school on his way to work every morning. And there are other routes that he could take. It's like, okay, is that like, that's it for you? That's the line? That's how you know? Like, Jesus. I don't know, man. Because now I've seen so many
Foodshops sending clips for them? Dude, I'm a logger of this entire space, if I have to be honest. Do I have to only be a logger of JStoke?
cases of projection before where people will like project like this insane shit. I hate that this meme is real. But how many guys do this shit where it's like, I respect women's rights, blah, 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 and then they get me too. And it's like, so John, the SJW understander, the guy that logged in, 2 weeks ago, tried to fucking log into my vagina when I stayed over at his house and I told him no like 27 times. Like it feels like feels like the projection might be real, I don't know. I'm just saying, some people online have this like really unhealthy obsession with like constantly talking about pedophiles where they'll just be like, they just scream about it. They're just so crazy about it. And it's like, damn, dude, you gotta have other things to think about. Maybe not.
Like, dude, the thing is that I think that people, dude, I think that people are, I'm not saying it's evil or anything. You just have to be mindful of the Destiny Coalition. Dude, I'm sorry, all right, but I think one thing I've always said before is like, if you try to pilljack me, it's just like, I'm sorry, for me, that's at least just, listen, it's fine. Wake and Andrew are approaching hour 4. There's no fucking shot. What? They're still debating? What? What are you talking about? Like, just don't be fucking weird. It's like talking about it's like talking about Destiny's wife, right? At the time, right? Like one part that is always a bridge burn condition for him is like Destiny's wife. Is like that's it for me, right? That's my lying. No.
Yes, why are you imagining
created a whole fanfic of me doing this.
What, you're the one who said you're going to go throb.
You're the one that's saying I'm going to go throb myself and touch my dick afterwards. You're the one thinking about it. Why are you thinking about me touching my dick?
Thrubber. You brought up thrubbing.
Pretty gay, bro.
You said, hang
that's
on,
pretty gay, bro.
You said that you thrubbed me out, so you were thinking of my penis, Wick.
Why are you thinking about me touching my penis?
Wick? What does thrubbing me out mean, Wick? What are you going to try to do to me, Wick?
I didn't say thrubbing you out. I'm saying you're getting a thrubbing, which means I'm beating you.
You're getting a thrubbing?
I'm not touching your dick.
Oh, bro.
As much as you'd like me to.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know.
Stick to grinder, buddy.
Stop trying to thrub me.
Stick to grinder, buddy.
Stop trying to thrub me.
Stop thinking about my dick.
Very gross. Oh, you seem like you thought about my dick, not the other way around.
I don't want to. Anybody's talking about anybody's dick. Stop. Leave the dicks alone. JR sends 10 just to say no dicks on screen. Sunraku sends something. If Wick uses ChatGPT to generate his arguments, I can also generate and use an image of his true nature.
Good thing I didn't use AI, an AI to make any of my arguments. I did use Google to get a couple definitions that I wasn't sure of, but that's a common thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Jason says, not sure why Wick thinks he's smart. He can't even defend his own views.
Smart or not, I took the W in this debate. Clearly, I was able to coherently and concisely make my arguments, and they were not countered or refuted.
Did you objectively make arguments?
I was going to say, is that objective or subjective?
My arguments were subjective.
Is that up for interpretation?
But they pointed to and agreed with the objective truth of the situation.
Is that the objective truth of the situation?
Yes,
that you have two different Bibles that you're making a reference to and saying that they're both have the exact wording?
Sure. The both have the exact meaning.
But I thought it wasn't about meaning. You said these are the exact words of Jesus. And then when I said,
I'm
not sure about that.
The objective meaning of the words.
And the objective meaning of the words.
You're doing this thing again where you know you can't. You know you took an L all night on.
What? 2 Australian? That's like 4 cents.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Is Destiny being honest about his veganism takes?
Vegan Gains, is that you?
This.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're
you
trying
really got me with this.
desperately to obfuscate.
I can't wait for the Phil Bros to tear us apart when you
I don't even
started
know
saying
who the
that you're
fuck those are.
objectively
I don't
correct.
give a shit about what your gay little
I know that
homo
you don't
club
give a shit,
thinks.
Wick, and nobody gives a
I
shit about
know
you.
how I did in this debate because I know how the
Wick,
people
how long
who
have you been stuck
objectively
at 100
interpret this
viewers
debate.
anyway?
Hmm?
How long have you been stuck at 100 viewers? 3 years? Has it been 3
Hold
years
on.
that you're stuck at about 100
I
viewers?
vary wildly in my viewership. It depends.
Yeah, I mean, when you have big guests, I'm sure you have viewers. But you by yourself, when you do a stream, what are you stuck
I don't
at? About
usually
100?
stream by myself. I usually have guests.
Yeah, but
it's very
when you
rarely
do stream
I
by
stream
yourself,
by myself.
what do you get when you stream it by yourself?
It depends on the day.
Yeah, usually though.
Anywhere
Just on
between
average.
well, nowadays anywhere between 50 to 150.
Ooh. How long have you been stuck there?
What do you mean stuck there? I grew to there.
From
I was
where?
stuck. I've been plateaued at various different points.
Yeah, but you've been plateaued at this point for a long time.
How long?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't
over a
know
year.
either. I'd have to
Over
go
a
look
year,
at my
at least.
stats.
It's been at least over a year.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Which
over
point?
a year. Do you wonder why that is?
No, I'm pretty sure I know what that is because I don't
Why?
publish videos. It's all live streams. I don't have an editor.
No, that's
probably
not because
it.
of clips.
I
It's not
don't
because
have
of
clips.
Yeah, I didn't do clips for years either.
Okay.
That's not the reason, Wick.
I think that when it comes to Andrew Wilson, I think he's good at blood sports, but he's not good at actually making arguments. I think that Andrew Wilson is really good at making the other side angry and upset. Just mainly because like he's kind of like a old, creepy, nasty, like old, like male person who is like just weird, I guess. But like the thing is that like he's obscenely horrible at making arguments, and he has like objectively wrong opinions about everything. So it's like, for me at the very least, that's just basically how it is. Like for example, one thing that he always turns to is I debated him before and I've lost the argument just because I got too mad. But the thing is if you think about his arguments, it doesn't really make much sense, right? Because I think one thing that he always says is why is patriarchy being reinforced? Like, we live in a patriarchy because the bottom line is male enforcement, because men are stronger than women, except for the argument that everyone has a fucking gun. Except for the counter argument that if a woman was president and had access to the nuclear codes, it would literally mean that a woman has more power than all the other men in the country, right? Like the thing is that he analyzes like things based off of like one fact and constantly tries to like hammer that in, right? And that one fact is always that men are more muscular than women. But the thing is that with Andrew Wilson, that's the only trick that he has. Because if you try to, expand upon further nuance, then yeah. I think the only person to ever get Andrew mad himself, well, Andrew is really good at having a poker face and making the other person mad. But one thing that Andrew is like couldn't get mad, I guess, and he got mad himself, like visibly mad, was actually Vosh, I think. I think everyone should watch the Andrew Wilson versus Vosh debate when Vosh still debated back then. Just mainly because of how telling it was. and how like silly he looked, you know? But yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, his problem is that he wants to be as smug as possible to piss you off. Yeah, like that's part of it, and he'll insert in like random jabs and random ad hominems as well. Like he will he will try to do that to piss you off on purpose. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna raid into other orbiters unless I actually have a bridge with them, okay? I'm sorry, I consider myself to have a bridge with Destiny, but I don't consider myself to have a bridge with other orbiters. Period. Okay? That's just my position. Unless you're willing to make it and fucking, I guess, not fucking call me a pedophile, I guess. It's just such a hard bridge for everyone else to cross, I guess. So, it is what it is. Okay. All right. Who do we raid into? There's this RuneScape player named 25 Buttholes. Let's raid into that person, okay? Give them all of your love, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And that's finally end stream, okay? It's been a long ass stream. Yeah. I guess that's really it. Please join my Discord server if you haven't already. It is discord.gg/Foodshops. All right, thank you. I have to go edit. Thankfully, I don't have to be in a rush to release these.